Last time out, we sold 2 of our best players and loaned one of them back. We're now in December. I haven't used Suriki since we were hit last tier. And in fact, I sent down to the second team and I'm going to terminate his contract as soon as January turns up. I had to take 6 days away from the save to recover with what happened, and thankfully, because of how far I recorded in advance, you won't notice the difference. But either way, we're here now. We've sold no one since we last met. We're now at December. I've got a youth intake preview. Let's see what's happened. If there's one thing I did after I decided to continue to save, it was having to focus on European competition in the Europa League, and we won the first game in Europa League, beating Groningen by 2-0. Despite the fact we went 2 more games without winning in the league. Roche and Wisla Block taking points off us before we took on Legia Warsaw and beat them 5-4. This might be one of the craziest games I've ever had, and we had to take the lead in this game 5 times to win. I was annoyed because of the fact it took so many times to get the win. You don't have to concede this many goals, guys. Come on, we're better than this. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are you giving me problems that I don't want just to get our first win in 6 matches? Honestly. But still, we continued on and we actually drew our next 2 games. One in the Europa League, a game I honestly think we should have won. We were quite comfortably ahead against Vojvodina and then we just blew it and it was disappointing. We then got revenge on Slask, but not beating them, so technically not revenge. We then won the next game in the league, and then during the next 2 games as well, and one of them against Kriespor, who actually have done quite well. They won their first 2 games of the group stage, or the league phase at this point, so that was annoying. And then we drew against newly promoted Waterbeck, so not ideal. Then we went to the cup and won 6-0, so at least we know how we can score on a regular occasion every now and again. And then we drew 0-0 against 3rd place at the time at Wisla Krakow, but they were down to 10 men, so it's not as exciting as I like to think it is. Then we took on Arsenal and lost 3-1, and then we took on teams in the next 3 matches that I genuinely am surprised we beat. Lechia Poznan, currently running away the league title right now, we beat them 1-0. Pogon, we won against them by 3-0, and given that the last couple of years we've had issues against them, I'm surprised by it. But then we beat Atalanta by 0-0, and to be honest with you, this is also a bit of a shock. I don't know how we won this game, but we had a better XG, so maybe our chances are just really good, and it's good to know that we can at least beat some good teams on our day. And then we lost to Rakov by 2-1 in the next match, so maybe I just got overexcited in the league. But then we won 2-0 in the cup to get to the quarterfinal of the Polish Cup for the first time in 9 seasons. I think it's 9 seasons. It's either 9 or 8 seasons. It's been a very long time since we got past the 3rd round. And then Arca beat us. I don't like the fact we lost against Arca of all teams, but I just feel like we're above Arca at this point. Then we beat Sheriff in the Europa League. It took us a bit of time. We actually went behind this game and came back to win 2-1. So there's that. Then we drew the next game, and that was disappointing. But we did beat Cracovia by 2-0. So at least we're beating some teams. It's better than nothing. And as we stand in the league, we're actually now in 8th place, and we're kind of average, honestly. Lechia, the league champions, we're just behind them because of results between teams, and we're 17 points off top of the table of Lechia Poznan, and we're only 7 points clear the relegation zone, which Pogon are actually in that fight this year after having a really good couple of years. So, slightly awkward. But yeah, hopefully we can pick up the pace and do better. I don't like the fact that I could go in 3 years without a league title, but at least I'm not Legia, who could be going back 6 without a league title. We're above them right now as well, so that's like surprising. But Lechia Poznan just running away with the league title. Rakov doing really well this year. And Omar Edwards is still the manager, so he's done really good at as their manager right now. Roche are newly promoted, owning 3rd place right now, so that could be a mighty shock. I want to build up the base and actually do better and better in the league. We have 2 Europa League games left, and let's cover that as well. So we've got a really good situation on our hands. We've got the most points we've gained in Europe so far. We take on Ross County and Reims in the last 2 games in the Europa League, and I genuinely am starting to believe we could actually do what we've never done before, and that's get a top 24 place. But, and this is a very big but here, we could actually find ourselves in the top 8. If results go away, we need to pick up 2 wins to do it, admittedly, and hope that the teams in the top 8, or at least the top 12 teams above us, don't all win. And yeah, I think we have an opportunity to do well. It's whether or not we can actually do it, I don't know, but you never know. Things can go away, we could pick up more points, and there is a chance, small one mind you, but there is a chance we could actually get a top 8 finish in the Europa League for the first time. Koreaspor, we should not have drawn against. Arsenal, the only team to beat us, unsurprising, they're the top 5. But then you got Vojvodina, who are down in 28th place. They picked up just 4 points so far. That's a team we should have beaten. I'm going to say this here now. We should have beaten that team. At least we beat Sheriff, who have not got a single point so far. But Vojvodina, we really should have beaten them. And the fact we didn't, it tells me that we've dropped about 4 points in this phase. And we really could have been fighting for the chance to be in the top 8 on points. But either way, still a successful season so far. I think that despite everything, we are going to have a few issues. And given that Reims are our next opponent and they have got a tycoon owner, and they started all the problems we had with everything that happened with all my players wanted to leave, yeah, I'm not a fan of theirs. I am still very angry with this team for causing problems for me. And I want revenge in the future on them. Also, that's the last Europa League game, so that's the thing. But Ross County are the first team we take on, and we have them at home. So, Ross County, I am going to start deleting the leagues of the only ones, because I think that's actually causing issues. They've been okay, not amazing, but they actually have won the Scottish Premier League. So, yeah, there you go. They actually won the title in 2031 in the View Only leagues. And either way, I think we've got an opportunity to pull a few upsets, and maybe, just maybe, we've got more to talk about. Annoyingly, because Sariki's still here, we're still supposed to be 9th place in the predictions, and he's still one of the best players in the key players chart. So once I get rid of him, and I've tried to get rid of him, but I literally couldn't because I'm out of, it's a foreign loan, and it can't be cancelled outside the transfer window. So I'm hoping I can cancel it in May. So I'm hoping I can cancel it in January. If I can't, then I can't. He's also being kept opponent now, and he's slightly concerned with the lack of game first team football he's been getting. But honestly, that's not my fault. I always said, as part of the challenge, that any players you take on loan that is out of your control, you cannot play them. I've not played him since he came back. And the only time I played him is because he's gone to the second team. And that's nothing I can control. So, there you go. Either way, though, that's a thing. Once he goes, I wonder where we'll be finishing in the future, and that'd be fun. Youth Tech Preview, though, and I do keep forgetting sometimes what this is and what we need to do with it, but we are expecting at least 4 players, 5 players, that could be good. A centre-back, 2 centre-midfielders, an attacking midfielder, and a winger. I don't know about the other positions, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was like a disappointment really in some of these positions, but at least a centre-back is getting better and better. And our centre-midfielders, they're literally the 2 areas we lost players in. We are getting 3 players to replace them, so hopefully we can get more and more coming through in the future. Also, I am very happy to announce that Michel Nowak is now our first choice goalkeeper, and is a good enough player to be the top flight. He's conceded 17 goals in 16 matches in his career. He's 18. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He was considered a promising goalkeeper at the time, and the fact he's no longer got that description is annoying, but he's now officially the best goalkeeper on paper and has got great potential. I'm absolutely going to utilise this kid and make sure that he gets a lot of game time in the future. The fact he's only got 5 composure is annoying, but he is definitely improving, and he's gotten better and better over the last couple of months. I will need to give him a new contract sooner rather than later, but he's a promising player. We can make sure we don't lose anything, and he's got good training ratings as well. So, honestly, I'm very excited for what we can do. This guy might be the missing piece we've been looking for the last couple of years. I honestly told you that the goalkeeping position was always our weakest area. This guy is already a 2.5-star current ability player, and is considered a decent player for this division. Imagine how good he'll be once he gets to a 4-star current ability player, or he gets better and better over time. However, what we're going to do now is end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video, and if you subscribe to the channel, it really does help me a lot. Let me know in the comments down below, do you think we can beat Reims and Ross County in the Europa League? And do you think we can finish in the top 5 in the league? And do you think we can actually win the Polish Cup for the first time ever? We've never won it before, and I want to do it. I want to get past the quarterfinals the first time ever. Can we at least do that? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on that down below. But either way, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.